Okay, so in last session, just we install and configure the what? Azure Storage Explorer, right? Yeah. Now try to access the portal. Okay, this is the portal. Now try to access the virtual machine. We have deployed what we have installed and configured the what Azure Storage Explorer on top of one Windows machine. I hope that is web-VM1. Okay, start the VM. Copy MSTS. Okay, paste it, connect. Okay, enter the credentials. Okay, yeah, next. This is the Storage Explorer. Now open the Azure Storage Explorer. Then, yeah, okay, open Azure Storage Explorer. It is installing. Okay, finish. Okay, open Storage Explorer. So what is the Azure Storage Explorer? Azure Storage Explorer is a free tool from Microsoft. Using that, we can perform all storage account related operations. Okay, yeah, open, expand the storage accounts. Here we have already connected what? My storage 2023-01-01. Okay, even our storage account name is what? Storage account, my storage is 2023-01-01. Now, if I go and verify file share, I could see three file shares. Containers, already we have, okay, three containers. Now go to Storage Explorer, expand it, blob container. Here we have three containers and also we have what? Three file shares. If you want to create new file share, just right click, okay, create new file share. I am giving my file share. Okay, hit enter. See, this is what? My file share. Got it? Clear? Yeah. So if you want upload any documents, okay, if you want upload any document, just click on it, upload the folder. Generally in Azure Cloud Computing, file share, we can upload only documents, folders cannot be drag and drop. Okay, for example, I am going to create one directory, that is Azure. Okay, and inside of directory, try to create files. Right click, text files. The text file name is Microsoft. Okay, text. Yes. Now copy and paste it. For example, if you want to upload, okay, yeah, just highlight, drag and drop. Highlight, drag and drop. The files are uploading. Okay, yeah, files are uploading. See guys, this is all. Clear? Yeah, next. For example, if you want to drag and drop directly, okay, Azure directly. Yes, highlight, drag and drop. So this tool is very useful to perform all storage account related operations. Okay, yeah, see, this is the one. Right, guys? This is the one advantage of the Azure Storage Explorer. So you can drag and drop files and folders into file share as well as, what is that? Blob container. Okay, using Azure portal, we cannot drag and drop directories into file share. Okay, blob, it is accessible, and coming to the file share, we can't do that. Okay, yeah, next. Now have a look. Okay, now have a look. Scroll, yeah, see, now I am going to discuss about another service called table services. Okay, what is the service name? Total we had four services, right? One is file share.
Yeah.
Okay, second one, blob. Third one, table storage. Table storage. Okay, fourth one, queue storage. Okay, queue storage. Okay, yeah, it is table storage is a service in Azure. Note it down. What is that? Table storage is a service in Azure. What is that? Table storage is a service in Azure. Okay, and it is used to store the data in the format of rows and columns. Rows and columns. Okay, table storage is a service in Azure and it is used to store the data in the format of rows and columns. Okay, this is NoSQL. This comes under NoSQL. NoSQL in the sense non-RDBMS database. Non-RDBMS database. Okay, non-RDBMS means relational database management system. What is that? Non-RDBMS means relational database management system. Okay, yeah. So actually, relational database management system in the sense we can make relation between multiple tables in same database or multiple columns in same database in the table. Okay, so that is what relational database management system. So best example for RDBMS is what? Any idea? What is the best example for RDBMS servers?
SQL
Oracle,
system.
SQL
Yep.
server. Okay. Next, MySQL.
MySQL.
Okay. DB2. These are RDBMS. Non-RDBMS means this is the table storage from Microsoft 10. Microsoft 10 table storage. Can you tell me, is there any third party other databases?
No MongoDB.
Sorry?
MongoDB.
MongoDB.
Cassandra.
Notes.
Okay. Yeah, these are what? Third party NoSQL databases. Microsoft and table storage. Actually, these table storage can be used in web applications. Okay. Next, mobile applications, gaming applications. Okay. And mobile application, as I said, Android and all. Okay. These are the table storage. Actually, you know, right? To store the data. For example, if you are installing any app in your mobile device, if you observe, there would be one prompt. This app will read your personal data, photos, images, etc., etc. Do you see? When you install any app in your mobile device, you will get one message that you are installing this app. That is fine, and it will read your personal data, photos, and other information, location, etc., etc. If you accept it, then only the app will get installed on your device, or else no.
Correct, yeah. It message pop-up comes.
So what it reads? Your first name, last name, email address, mobile number, and the location. That's it. To maintain this kind of data, do you require relational database management system? No. So we can have like billions of records. Okay, what is that? Billions of records. To retrieve, update, delete billions of records, NoSQL is the popular, and it is latency is zero almost. We can retrieve, what is that, lakhs of rows within fraction of minutes. When you go and try to retrieve 1 lakh records in Oracle Microsoft SQL Server DB2, we may expect some delay. Okay, here billions of records we can perform operations. Okay, as a Azure administrator, we can't do anything. Actually, these records are coming from application end. Okay, as we said, right? It is web application, mobile application, gaming application. If there are any artificial intelligence project, yes, there also we can use this table storage. Okay, yeah. See, have a look. This data can be accessible. It is providing API. Okay, this data can provide and consume it for any application. I said, right? Java, PHP, Python, Ruby. Okay, next, .NET application. .NET application, anything. Clear?
Sekhar, hello. You mean to say like it is the alternate of the no MongoDB direct, like you can say?
No, MongoDB third party, I am saying.
Yeah, correct. Suppose I'm developing any web application, and of course every web application have one DB, correct? So for that, for in place of the DB, you can use the what do you say, table storage, right? Correct.
MongoDB Cassandra third party, if you want to use, yes, for your application. From Microsoft end, they have provided table storage. Okay, yeah. For example, see, generally navigate to Azure portal. If I go and click on table storage, see, click on table, the table name EMP. So when I try to create it, see, we cannot perform anything here. Okay, when I click on it, nothing will happen. Even when I try to access this URL, nothing will be accessible. Simply it can say doesn't have the permission right. Okay, so in this case, our Azure Storage Explorer is well and good. Now open, now right click your table storage. Okay, yeah, now right click and refresh. Okay, yes, open. Okay, see, when you create EMP table, by default, it will create two columns. How many columns? Two columns. Got it. Now add the record. Okay, see, add property. I am adding name, city, address. Okay, address. So here, by default, row key and partition key, I am making one number. Okay, so name, Ravi, city, Bangalore. Okay, address, Chennai. Or else ADD1, address 1. Insert the record. Okay, again I am telling this data has to be coming from your application. Okay, application would be what? .NET, PHP, Python, any application. Okay, for your reference, I am entering the manual record. As Azure administrator, we have to track what are the records are inserting. Okay, and what is the data is coming. Okay, that all you have to monitor. Okay, now add another record. See, I am adding to Naresh. Okay, city Bangalore. Address ADD3. Insert. Okay, next add 33 name Mahesh. Okay, city Pune. Address AD4. Okay, next add 4 Suresh, city city, I can say Hyderabad. Address ADD4. Okay, yeah, add another record. Final record 5. Ravindra.
This is the normal inline query. Can you also create the procedure and the function here?
No, function is different.
And procedure?
No. So that's what I clearly said, right? This is no non-SQL database.
Okay.
No SQL. No SQL in the sense we cannot make relation between tables, columns, and database.
It means that we cannot execute any query, right, sir?
Yes, exactly. So this is the plain text, but data is storing in the format of rows and columns. Okay, best example, I think you might have used a TikTok app earlier, right? I think 3 years back. There is a TikTok app. You know, right?
Yeah, we know this app, yes. TikTok.
Actually, as per Indian central government survey, around 50 course members, they have installed this app in our India. So what does that mean? As I said, just you said, right? It will store first name, last name, email address, mobile number, location. That's it. So to maintain these table structured data, we do not require what? Plain text. We do not require
SQL
database management system. Okay, there would be a 50 course record. How we can manipulate it? Relational database management system, it won't be right database, right? So
Sufficient.
yeah, 1,000 or 1 lakh records, it is waste, right? So why they have banned that app is these data, whatever the data they are acting, right? They are storing in China data centers instead of in our country. So our data is going out of country. That's why Modi government, they have banned those China apps. Okay. Yeah, they have requested provide the justification. They are unable to provide some information. So finally they have blocked. That is one of the popular app for entire world. Okay, yeah. Next, same way here. You see the 5 records I have inserted. In real time, if you go and see, lakhs and billions of records will be there. Okay, for our reference, if you want to filter the data, what are the records have been inserted today, then there would be a query directly they have provided. Okay, so I want retrieve based on timestamp. Okay, today, last 1 hour, how many records have been inserted? Okay, just execute it. See these many records. Last 7 days, these many records. Okay, last 365 days, these many records. Okay, there is a one forward button, right? Execute query. Execute it, it will say. Right. For example, if you want to filter the data, whoever staying in Bangalore, I want to retrieve the data, then you can filter. See, go to city. Okay, here I am giving Bangalore. Okay, run it.
And this timestamp is coming by default in this?
By default, or else we can also add it. No, by default column that is.
Okay, got
Okay.
it.
Now see, city is Bangalore. Whoever is living in city, we are able to filter that data. One is Ravi, Naresh. Got it. So this is how we can perform what is the table data into Azure Storage Explorer. Okay, these data can be accessed by applications. See, best example, go to Google, type the words like retrieve the table storage data into Java application. Okay, see, go for always Microsoft official site, same site, guys. Whatever I said, right? Azure.microsoft.com. Okay, same thing. See, okay, now see how they are retrieving the data. This is table data namespaces. Okay, they have input the code. And they are creating employee, we have created EMP, they have created employee. See, now they are inserting the data through application. So they are mentioning partition key and the first name, last name, email address, mobile number. I have passed name, address, city. Okay, so they are entering the data. So any type of application, you can access this API. Any type, like not only Java, .NET, PHP, Python, Ruby, artificial intelligence, mobile application, any applications you can manipulate. See here it is giving samples for developers.
You can do the CRUD operation, right?
Sorry?
You can do the CRUD operation, a CRUD operation, correct?
Yeah, that's what I am explaining, code operations.
Yeah, we can do.
Okay. Yeah, so this is about what? Table storage. Okay, when they insert the data, just we can monitor what is the data is coming to the picture. That's it. Right? Yeah. So this is about what? Table storage. Next final service here is queue storage. Queue storage, we won't use it
But
in.
Shekhar, this is a non-SQL, but we are defining the schema and starting only.
Sorry, okay.
This is a non-SQL database. In NoSQL database, we are not defining a schema and starting, correct?
Yes, correct.
But here we are defining that.
Which one?
Here first you added that column name, correct?
Yeah, I am able
These
to.
column name.
I am the Azure administrator. I can do whatever I want. Only insert the data.
No, but yeah, but here we should place the file. We should not create the column names, correct? We should not create the schema basically.
Yeah. Actually, these columns also we will create it, guys. Okay.
Yeah,
perfect.
we created it. So yeah, so it's become like a SQL database only, correct? Because we are defining the column names, we are defining the schema here.
No, there is no background schema. This is the plain text stored in the format of rows and columns.
Okay.
Okay, so when you go for RDBMS, you people can write triggers, stored procedures, synonyms, okay, joins, okay, foreign join, primary join, many joins are there. Here we cannot perform. That's what I clearly mentioned that it is no SQL. No SQL means it is unlike RDBMS.
Okay. And here we don't have a database. Directly we are creating the tables.
Yes, correct.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, any queries?
Second, in the real time, in the web application, okay, suppose already I have in the Oracle database, and I also want to use this part. So in what scenario can I use the both? Like both means already I know for the Oracle, but can you explain any scenario where I can also use the both?
Yeah, in your application, establish the connection from Oracle to your application, and then as well as establish the connection from your application to here. Okay, that's why for table storage to access this API, they are providing some connection strings. I said right, please. I shown you how to connect the our Azure Storage Explorer. I have mentioned this and this key. Am I right?
Yeah.
No. But developers separately they are providing connection. When I go ahead and click on it, copy this one, okay, paste it. Still, it contains same thing, guys. Okay, whatever key I have provided, it has been included. So secure way you are connecting to table storage. Okay, default protocol they are using HTTPS. Account name, this is the one. Account key is the encrypted key. Endpoint suffix is what? Core.windows.net. Okay, so I have opened one document, right? See, here also they are passing the same information. What they are saying, they are passing the connection string, same. Okay, they mention, see, this is the Java application, they are mentioning connection string. So what does it mean? Your application will establish the connection from your application to our table storage. So as you said, not only Oracle, go to DB2, Sybase, anything, you can establish the connection and retrieve the data for your application. That is quite normal.
And is there a way to do the bulk loading rather than inserting one by one record?
No, actually the application, for example, you are creating one email, right? Gmail account. What you are doing, you are passing your first name, last name, preferred email address, mobile number. That's it, right? If it is available, yes, the record will be created and the email address available for you. If it's not it, just it will give the session. You're also same guys, nothing else. You people can insert any data, but manipulation from our end, no.
Got it.
Okay, see, that's what different types of applications are there, which they are supported.
Is this a Cosmos DB?
Sorry?
Is this a Cosmos DB? This connection string you are showing that it's a Cosmos DB, correct?
Yeah, it is same. Okay, here if I go to the documentation, how to use table client libraries in Java. This is the table storage. Create storage account, Java application, and connection. Okay, here directly I'm showing. This is the connection string only they are passing.
And this Java application we are running into our local machine, non-cloud.
How they are running, that is their environment. Okay. Next, final storage here is queue storage. Queue storage, we won't use it, guys. That we won't use it in real time. Actually, this is about trigger an email from your application. Okay, generally we won't at all use queue storage. It is very less. Okay, as per my experience, I never ever use it queue storage. Now, very powerful services in Azure is containers, file share. Other one is what, table storage. So while queue storage is just to store the messages, and these messages can be triggered from your mobile application or web application. For example, I am giving my queue. Okay, here we people can store the messages, bunch of messages. What is the queue? Queue is the service in Azure storage account, and it is used to store bunch of messages, and we can trigger the email from our application. For example, add, I am giving hello. Please attend the demo, please attend the Azure lessons. Okay, this message will be expiring 7 days. Click on it. See, it is storing one message. Now add another message. Attend AWS. Add it. Okay, add another message. So this is what Google. Okay, this is Google Cloud. Now add it. So messages are storing in queue format. Okay, here generally developers will fully based on this ID, they will trigger an email for these messages so that you can get an SMS or email alert. Clear? So that is about what? Queue storage. What is the queue? Queue is a service in Azure storage account, and it is used to store bunch of messages and trigger an email or trigger these messages according to first in, first out based on services. Okay, that is about queue storage.
Hello,
Okay.
sir.
Yeah.
How can we integrate means into this SMS that you are saying?
Yeah, they will use third party, guys. You should you should purchase the subscription for third party vendor and all. So those APIs they will call in application through gateways and all. Then we can trigger it.
Okay.
So yeah, for queue storage also it would be same. We have to use. Okay. Yeah, this is about what? Storage account. Okay. But frequently we will use containers, file share, and table.
Say, queue is just to save the message, right? But what is the use of that one?
What is that?
Queue you are using just to save the message, correct?
Yeah.
But what is the use? Like suppose I wanted to use that message in our application, then
Application will pull these messages and trigger from their application inside.
okay, like the pop-up you can say, right?
Like table storage only.
And in
So
the
Shekhar,
table, can you create the like the table name that just say like you have created the one employee by going manually. So can you create that table name directly from the application?
Application is different, guys. Okay. If you want to become as a developer, then they cannot create entire record. I shown you the code, right? Same way they have to pass it. And they have to design UI, how we are creating email account, right? Gmail. First name, last name, email address, mobile number you are entering. That way they will design it. forms.
No, I got the point. This is no, see, like you are inside, suppose I want to insert the data, right? Already we have explained how to insert the data by using that kind of the sample code, correct? Suppose I wanted to create the one table using that code and I want to insert that, like in the
Code,
database I created, okay?
yes. You mean to say I created EMP, that's the same table name should create using code part, right?
Yeah, using the code, yes. Using, suppose I am Java developer using the Java code.
They can.
Okay, we can.
Yeah, why? Because here we are passing connection string, right? Okay, and the key to establish the connection from your application to here. One storage account is available. Yes, we people can use all these services. You can create it manually or through code.
There you want,
Sekar,
yeah, please. Yeah. You go.
can you,
Please.
yeah, Sekar, can you show that to send one mail using QR message end to end?
No, here cannot be, guys. That's I said, right? You have to purchase the license and you have to construct the code. There we can trigger an email.
Sir, is it
Okay.
data types are available for each table? Because there is one, if column has been created, data type should be mentioned.
Yeah, data type also you can mention. See, when I try to add, I want to add another thing. See, they are string, Boolean value 32. Okay. If you are Java .NET developer, you know, right? In 32, in 64 means that many characters it will accept it.
Okay, sir, one primary key like that, there is a certain terms in SQL. If it is primary
No,
key means
here-
you don't allow second.
Yeah, okay. So duplicate values you should not accept. That is
Yes,
what.
yes,
And
yes,
that
correct.
all manipulation we can do it from coding part, guys.
Okay,
All and the request has to be come from database and search it out. If same name is there, it should not be accept. If the same ID is there, it should not be accept. That all logic we will implement. Okay.
okay, sir. Okay, sir.
As you said, in relational database management system, when you create primary key, it doesn't allow, what is that? Duplicate values.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, like that I said, right? It is no SQL database. Data will be stored in plain text. That's it.
Okay, sir.
Hello, sir. Can you explain once this partition key and the second one?
Here, partition key and row key, they are inbuilt columns. Okay, they are inbuilt. When you create any table storage, by default, these two columns will be there. Now, right click, try to create new one. I am giving BETG. Okay, try to here. See, partition and row key inbuilt they are providing. If you want, you can maintain your values with unique name. That's what they have provided.
Okay, means they are just arbitrary columns.
Oh. Okay. Queries. Yes, this is about what? Storage account. From now onwards, I will use storage account for every service, guys. Whatever the services I am going to expand, mostly I will use storage account. Okay. So why? Because next part I am going to start about app services. Okay. So app services. So for whatever I discussed, that is comes under what? IaaS. Okay, infrastructure as a service. What I did, I have created Windows Server and deployed IaaS web server and hosted one ASP.NET application. Okay, same way I have created one Linux machine, then install Apache server, then deployed, assume that one sample Java application. Okay, then we discussed about create the disk. Okay, next delete the disk, and what is the snapshot. Okay, how we can create the disk for snapshot. Next again, how to create similar kind of virtual machine using snapshots. Okay, yeah, how about troubleshoot part. Next, we discussed about storage accounts. What is the storage account, types of storage accounts. Okay, how we can access them. Okay, how we can mount, okay, file share with Linux and Windows. Got it. Next, we discussed about table storage. Next, we discussed about queue storage. How we can access APIs for the developer, what we have to share. What is the key? How we can access the key using Azure Storage Explorer, that is the tool. Whatever I discussed so far, that all comes under what? Infrastructure as a service. Okay. Now, I am discussing about app services. Okay, app service is the first service which comes under PaaS, platform as a services. Okay, so for example, I said, right, I have created the server, install IIS server and deploy ASP.NET application. Here, port configuration, firewall, backup and restore operations, patching, everything you have to take care when you go for PaaS. When you go for PaaS, nothing is in our hand, everything they will take care. You have to deploy your application. That's it. What type of application? Java, .NET, PHP, whatever it is, that is up to you. Okay, that is about what? PaaS services. Okay, great. Next. So another important thing here is okay. So first thing, web app. Okay, what is the app service? App services are fully managed platform as a services. Fully managed platform as a service. Okay, I'm repeating. What is the app service? App services are fully managed platform as a services. Okay, yeah, which comes under PaaS. Okay, using app services. Okay, using app services, it supports web, mobile, and REST APIs. Web API, REST APIs, API application. Okay.
So there are a static API also, a static application.
Yeah, generally everything.
Okay.
Okay. In the sense, it would be static, it would be dynamic. If the data is coming from database, everything you should accept. Okay, yeah, next. What type of web application you can host it? Everything, guys. .NET, Java, PHP, okay, Python, Ruby, Node.js applications, anything. Also, we can use mobile applications. Okay, and we can also host REST API applications. Okay, yeah, like WCF. Okay, WCF and REST API applications, you can host it on app services. Okay, so why should I go for PaaS? Already we have AS, right? Why should I go for PaaS? Compared to infrastructure as a service, PaaS services are less cost. Okay, also here you need not have to worry about installation, configuration, okay, management. Everything would be taken care by Microsoft here. Just you have to deploy the application. Application could be anything. Okay, so here when you create virtual machine, just we will look for two parameters. What are they, guys? For example, if you want to go and purchase one laptop, will you see size and the beauty of the laptop? No, right? Mainly we will look for two parameters. What are they?
RAM and hard disk.
RAM and very good hard disk, and CPU count we can say. Okay, so if it is 4 CPUs, that is different cost. 8 CPUs, again that is the different cost. Okay, it will vary depends on the requirement you have. If you go for HDD, different cost. SSD, it is different cost. Okay, you can expect laptops with Ultra SSD very soon. Ultra SSD. Okay, just for performance. Clear? Okay, yeah. So this is about what? App services. How to create the app services, how to deploy. Clearly, we will discuss it in next session. Okay. So the creation of app service itself, it will take around 20 to 30 minutes. Okay. We have to explain many parameters. According to that, we will go. Okay.
Second, in the IAS part, you have already you have explained like how to deploy the application, but how to like create the database. Okay, but in the and
Yeah,
how
data
to connect.
will come. After app services, I will explain about data.
Okay, okay. And one more thing, Sekar, like there is a port actually issue. Actually, I always get confused. Suppose I'm using my VM, right? And I am having the storage account. Okay. Suppose I wanted to enable the port number 445. So should I enable in my VM?
Yeah, not
Or
right. Actually, see,
Hmm,
generally that is your personal laptop, right? So by
hmm.
default, it is accessible everything. Okay, internet
Okay.
connectivity on that. So there is no blockage. For example, if laptop is provided by your organization, they will implement some firewall rules. Okay, so the request should cross your firewall port and the communication should happen destination, right? Where exactly your networking team might have disabled all these port numbers. So in such case, you have to request networking team enable those firewall ports. That's it.
A fire job port means like to enable the like just to for the any protocol you enable like as for a specific protocol they have the specific port number, right? Is it like this?
Depends on your protocol, required protocol.
Because what happened, I am integrating on SMS applications for the one of the bank, okay, and when I'm trying to hit the API, they are not reaching. So like other person, they told me they have to enable some port number in their bank. Suppose I'm taking one Maharashtra bank, okay, so they need to enable that one. Is it like that?
Yeah, correct. Port numbers are big story. See, this is the TCS environment, right? So they will maintain firewall ports here. Okay, firewall means like security layer. Okay, now if I access my TCS application, my request go through 80 port number. It will allow if there are any virtual machines or databases. Got it? Okay, the virtual machine will communicate to database, process your request, response back to the client through 80 port number. Accidentally, if they might have enabled any other ports, hackers are ready to hack the transactions. Okay, so ports enable, disable, that is organization sensitive data. So that will they based on their instructions, network engineer will enable or disable the firewall ports.
So like based on the request, like how will you know, like for a like already told for the what you say in the last for the storage things, we'll have to enable the 443 port number. So for kind of the API, like how will you know like which port number by default that should be enabled?
By default port number 445, right? SMB protocol port number is 445. That is standard.
Standard,
So
yeah.
yeah, 445 SMB, I will enable 446 means it doesn't work.
Okay, then for the suppose I mean taking the SMS, then and that is the like what you say HTTP, then it should be enabled 80 or some different port number for the API.
80 only.
80 now. Okay,
Yeah.
okay. And they also need to enable like our application, like our IP, right? IP and the port number both, correct? Hello?
Hello? Yes, correct, correct.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. Any more questions?
They are using IS now. They have just started in our company, They are just for the demo purpose, they are using the app services. Even I got to know 2 days back.
Okay, app services, right? Yes, that's
Yeah,
all.
yeah. Using
App
the
service-
.NET, they are publishing the some code.
Yeah.
Okay, using the, yeah, but they are getting some error like.
Oh.
Mm.
Sure. Tomorrow you'll come to know that what is the app service and all. Okay.
Sekhar will also cover, na, like how to send the application, like how to build the application with the Visual Studio and to publish the code into the Azure, right? From
Yes.
end to end.
I will show you.
Yeah, yeah, okay, okay.
Sir. Sir.
Yeah, hello?
Sir. Sir.
Yeah, Srinivas, yes.
Sir, good morning, sir. Sir, what is dog pile effect and sir?
ఇది అర్థం కాలేదు.
Dog pile effect.
Doubtful?
Dog file effect. DOG. Dog file effect.
ఓకే.
అంటే ఏంటి సార్?
డాగ్ పై ఎఫెక్ట్ అంటే తెలియదు భయ్.
ఏమో సార్, ఇంటర్వ్యూ క్వశ్చన్ సార్ అది.
ఓకే. డాగ్ ఫైల్ ఎఫెక్టివ్
ఎఫెక్టివ్ గా సార్, ఎఫెక్టివ్. డాగ్ ఫైల్ ఎఫెక్ట్ అంటే ఏందని
ఓకే,
అడిగారు.
పింగ్ మీ ఇన్ ద వాట్సాప్. ఐ విల్ చెక్ అండ్ లెట్ యు.
ఓకే సార్.
Yeah.
సార్
Sir,
షేర్
video is
చేయండి సార్,
also
లింక్ అది
pending.
వాట్సాప్ లింక్.
వాట్సాప్ లింక్
ఎవరైనా షేర్ చేయమని చెప్పండి సార్ ప్లీజ్.
ఆల్రెడీ షేర్. యా. Hey, could you please share the WhatsApp link who has created?
Sekhar, the video is also pending.
Sorry?
Video not uploaded, Sekhar, on the 5th
Yeah.
December.
Okay, I have informed them. They will upload very soon. Okay, you also try to inform them. They will take care about it, guys. No worries.
Okay, already I pinged in there, like in the chat when they joined the class, like when they started the.
Okay, I will call them after this session now.
Okay, okay.
Okay, thank you everyone. Bye. Have a great day. Take care. Bye.
Yeah, thanks,
Thank you,
Sekhar.
sir.
Have a nice day.